American police state, which for anybody who doesn't know or is ambiguous about it, is already here. The Metropolitan Police and the National Guard acted like we were going to enact World War III. And who's taking a gun to a Patti LaBelle concert? Because I will not be treated as less than. Period. Hello, and welcome one and all to the Brick City Brown Chick YouTube show. I am your host, the aforementioned Chick. For those who ask, Brick City is Newark, New Jersey, my beloved hometown, where I was born and raised. And the brown chick, well, hopefully that part is obvious. On this show, we talk everything. We talk politics, we talk race, we talk music, which is my personal favorite, fashion, trends, whatever is on my mind that particular week, that is what we'll be talking about. So whether you found this page on recommendation or if you're an OG and you've been here for a while, I welcome one and all to my world, the world of the Brick City Brown Chick. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Brick City Brown Chick show. I am your host, the aforementioned Chick, and today we are talking about a really familiar topic lately, America. Only this week, we are talking about the American police state, which for anybody who doesn't know or is ambiguous about it, is already here. So last Friday, October 3rd, my husband and I went into Washington, D.C. to see a concert. Now, to understand the sheer frustration of music fans in the Washington, D.C. area, let me give you some background. The D.C. area is a terrible place to see any sort of musical concert that is not classical unless it's the summertime. Now, why do I say that? The Washington, D.C. area, which in this case includes Washington, D.C., Southern Maryland, and Northern Virginia, has ample outdoor venues. There is Merriweather in Columbia, Maryland. There is Jiffy Lube Live, which is out in the sticks of Virginia. There is Wolf Trap, which is also in Virginia. There is Pier 6, which is in Baltimore, and probably several I've missed. So if you love a band and they're coming to your area in the summertime, you're golden. There are tons of places for them to go. If you are talking about late fall, winter, or pretty much all of spring, you get stuck seeing shows in places like the Capital One Arena, which is where we were on Friday. The Capital One Arena, for those who don't know, is a sports venue. It is where the Washington Wizards basketball team plays and where the Washington Capitals hockey team plays. It is a sports venue. It is not a concert venue at all. They have concerts there because they're large enough to have them, but the acoustics are usually terrible because it's a sports arena. This is a place that holds 23,000 people. But when they set it up for a concert, of course, they have to close off parts of it. So the show we saw, I'd say there were like 17,000 people there. And it was a full house. So getting 17,000 people into a show is no easy task. I'm not pretending that it is. But they have concerts at this venue all fall, all winter, and all spring. But this felt like nobody had ever had a show there ever. Now, also to understand the frustration of music people in this area, you also have to understand what it takes to get to the venue. You pretty much have two choices. You can drive, or you can take the metro, which is the train that runs here. My husband, and I for that matter, have not been on the metro since before the pandemic that took over the world. And after we came out of the pandemic, my husband swore that he would never get on that train again as long as he lived. So taking the metro was not an option. We got to drive into DC. And driving into DC is just a nightmare. There's no easy way to do it. There's no straight route. It's a lot of whippling and winding and just general irritation. So we left early, knowing that was going to be an issue. Found the parking garage that I prepaid for, because don't park on the street in DC, your car will get towed. And it's better that you pay in advance because it's cheaper. If you wait till the day of the show, you will pay a premium. So already we've got the stress of the drive, finding the parking garage, we get the car parked. Okay, it is more than an hour before this show starts. The show starts at 8 o'clock. We get to the venue, and there is not only a sea of people trying to get into the venue, but there is also the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police, who are always there for any type of show you see there. But added to that, we had the loveliness of the National Guard. Now understand who we went to see. We were not there for a heavy metal concert or thrash metal or rap or anything else you personally may think requires a lot of police presence. We were there to see the Queen show. The Queens, the four queens, are Gladys Knight, age 81. Patti LaBelle, age 83. Stephanie Mills, the youngster of the group, age 67. And Chaka Khan, age 73. Most of the people in the crowd were my age, in their 50s and older. This was not a bunch of kids or teenagers or 20-something people. We're all grown adults. But the Metropolitan Police and the National Guard acted like we were going to enact World War III. It was intimidation and aggravation and moving people from this line to that line. It was the most ridiculous spectacle I have witnessed as a concert goer. I've been going to shows for 45 years, and I have never seen anything like that. And yes, that is fully on this administration and their desire to turn the cities, the evil cities that keep the rest of America going, into hostages. It was a grotesque display. And to add insult to injury, because all of this was going on, most of us who came to the show missed most of Gladys Knight. She started at 8 o'clock, which is when the show started. They had to have the show over before midnight because that's standard in DC. And most of us didn't get into the venue till almost 8:30. So she had maybe 2 more songs to sing and then she was done. And then she had to make way for Stephanie Mills. It was truly appalling to anyone who cares about freedom and their ability to just live their life. All we were doing was going to a concert. Your purses were not allowed to be bigger than 4 by 5, maybe. So everybody had these little clutch bags. So it's not like anybody was carrying a gun because nobody had any space for one. And who's taking a gun to a Patti LaBelle concert? It was just unnecessary and nasty and just about intimidating the crowd, which, for reference, was probably 99% black. It was clear that's what the message was. Don't you people get out of line or you'll get what for. And I wasn't the only person that felt this way. I was in various lines with various people who all had comments about how terrible this was. And what it made very easy for me to decide is I will not go to any function in Washington, D.C. while this administration is in power, because I will not be treated as less than. Period. So for the next 3.5 years, Washington, D.C. will not get 1 more cent of my money at all. It was appalling. So that is my feeling on the American police state. I will have another video on my channel this week where I talk about the actual concert, which was fabulous, but the treatment of the concert goers, not at all. I want to thank everybody for joining me this week, and I look forward to seeing you again. Take care.